but we still love you, Alex. Guys, we got an interesting topic. Obviously, we brought the two NBA guys on. We had to bring them on for a reason, but we had to bring our NBA insider, Pranav. This guy is the troll of the Wrightway Sports Network, but he's also one of the most knowledgeable, if not the most knowledgeable when it comes to NBA basketball. Pranav, you know why we brought you on. Sean, you know why we brought you on. And let's start with our first topic, right, the NBA. This was a question that was posed to me earlier today, actually. It was kind of weird. I was with Sean, and he says he believes that Tom Thibodeau can save the New York Knicks. Once again, guys, that's not a take that I've ever heard anyone say, right? A free agent coach sitting out there can save the New York Knicks. I don't know if there's anyone that can save the New York Knicks. But with that being said, Sean, before I allow Max to state his opinion and Pranav to absolutely go in on this, it's yours, man. It's yours. Sean, tell us why you think Tom Thibodeau can save the New York Knicks, because I'm here for it.
All right. Before I say anything, let me define save. Save isn't bringing us like, a Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors type dynasty. It's bringing us sustained playoff appearances. That's what I'm starving for. I've grown up loving this team and being consistently disappointed by this team. And if there's one guy you could save it, Pranav, you can keep laughing. I feel like I hear you over there. But I know you don't like Thibodeau. But here's what I see. I see a consistent winner. The Timberwolves did not make the playoffs for 14 years before he got there. He brought them there. The Bulls won 41 games before he got there. 62 the very next season, a 21-game improvement. In a lockout-shortened season, they still won 50 games. Tom Thibodeau brings improvement wherever he goes, and he will do that with the Knicks. The downfall with him and the Timberwolves wasn't necessarily him as a head coach. It was him as a president and front office personnel member when he was overpaying Andrew Wiggins, overpaying or not managing rosters correctly. Now, he's just the head coach. Let him put discipline into the New York Knicks. Let him get the best out of Mitchell Robinson and a lot of these role players. And the Knicks, with a new front office, a whole new regime change, a new culture change, the thing that I think – Justin making me laugh. But the one thing that I think is more important than anything, culture in building a championship, watch Leon Rose, watch the front office super team he has put together, bring that to New York, and watch them be in the playoffs for the next 4 or 5 seasons.
Pranav?
You know how you mentioned I'm a troll, right? When it's
You're my favorite one, bro. You make me
when
laugh
it's Sean and the Knicks, I love to troll because you can only go up from here. But in terms of saving, I have a different definition of saving. Not first round exits like the Charlotte Hornets, something like that. No, saving is winning multiple rounds, having like a superstar. And Tom Thibodeau, he's gonna make them better. But is he going to save them? No.
All right. Then let me tell you, it's not a one-man job. He will make them better. And if you want to talk about us getting to the second round, let's talk about what he has done before. I believe he got in the second round with a team that was led by Luol Deng, a guy who was a glorified role player. He did that before. Watch him make these Knicks players better, and then watch what this front office super team does. You bring in Brock Aller from Cleveland. It might not be a name everybody knows. Best cap guy in the league. You bring in Walter Perrin, another front office member from Utah, the guy who not only identified Donovan Mitchell, but also Rudy Gobert. And you bring in Alex Klein, bro. Don't get me started on this guy. He's a 26-year-old whiz kid who is known for being a relationship builder. Those relationships go college. Those relationships go AAU deep. Most importantly, they go player deep. He's a 26-year-old guy. He's relatable to players, and he's a networking genius. Malik, you talk to me constantly about the importance of networking, what it's done in your life. It's going to do the same for a future NBA GM and Alex Klein. And when those relationships with the players come into play, a.k.a. free agency, and you also have a former player agent at president, those are two guys that know how to schmooze and know how to win. The thing that has been the fault of the New York Knicks for years can be changed with a simple regime change, and it will be.
So Tom Thibodeau, like Thomas mentioned, is an out. Oh, you could go ahead.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just wanted to interject because I don't disagree with what Sean is arguing when it comes to the front office. I do think they made a lot of dramatic improvements to the front office. But that being said, is that going to save their best players from playing 40 minutes a night? I don't think so. And Tom Thibodeau has a history with that. I'll have the statistics pulled up here. If you want to talk about the 2010-11 Bulls, who did finish with a 62-win record, which is undoubtedly very impressive, Luol Deng ranked 4th in the league in minutes played at 39.1 minutes per game, and Derrick Rose, the then MVP, was 14th at 37.4. 2011-12, Luol Deng was first at 39.4. 2012-13, Luol Deng was first again, 38.7, and Joakim Noah, 36.8. Jimmy Butler in 2013-14 was tied for first at 38.7, and the year after also had 38.7. In 2016-17 with the Timberwolves, he had Zach LaVine before he tore his ACL, third in the NBA in minutes at 37.2 minutes per game, and Andrew Wiggins at 4th with 37.2, and Karl Anthony Towns at 6th with 36.9. And I know I threw a lot of numbers at you, and I hope I didn't bore you, but my point is that's not sustainable success. Sustainable success is not playing your star players 40 minutes a game, okay? And frankly, yes, the Knicks lack in star talent, but he also isn't a believer in young talent. RJ Barrett is a young, promising player.
Wait.
Is RJ?
Wait.
Yes.
You just said he's not a believer in young talent. You just threw at me with the Timberwolves 3 under 21-year-olds who played upwards of 35 minutes per game. He was brought into the Timberwolves, if you go back and do the research, to nourish that young talent. And yes, Andrew Wiggins, in my opinion, was a bust because he never refined himself. But Zach LaVine had a huge jump in improvement. Karl Anthony Towns, huge jump in improvement. Saying he's a believer in young talent when Derrick Rose, also a young talent, became an MVP under him isn't a valid statement. You know how young talent gets better? It plays in games. He went out, he threw it in there, he nourished the young talent the best way he thought he could. Does it put a lot of strain on the body here and there? Sure. But I get it. He plays guys a lot of minutes, but it is crucial for the success of those teams, and it works pretty much year in and year out. The year he even got dismissed from the Timberwolves, they were 2 games out of a playoff spot and a loaded Western Conference. So yes, so he plays guys a lot, but he brings discipline. And the Knicks, 2 of their crucial pieces, Mitchell Robinson, a rim protector. Watch him take the next step as one of the league's best defensive players. Frank Ntilikina, no offensive game whatsoever. Hate watching him run our point, but he could guard the 1-3. Put Thibodeau's discipline on top of that, watch him become a stud. This will be a team that wins on grinding and good basketball, just like they did when he was an assistant with the Knicks in the 90s.
You did bring up Derrick.
Okay.
You did bring up Derrick Rose.
Go.
One can argue about Derrick Rose. The reason he even had that injury in the 2012 playoffs was he was inside a game, which he shouldn't have ever been inside of, up 10 with about a couple minutes left. Tom Thibodeau kept him in the game, and the game was out of reach. And that
wait, up 10 with how many minutes left?
About 2 or 3.
Pranav, how quick can you go on a 10-0 run in basketball? Because I saw Malik go on a 10-0 run in 2K within like 2 minutes, within like 45 seconds today.
You can't make that comparison. Come on.
We'll do it in real life. Go in real life. It's not that hard to put 10 points together pretty quickly. You could have taken them out with 10 points up, but within one or 2 turnovers, I believe Kirk Heinrich was the backup point guard. Not a guy I'm in love with by any means, but 1 or 2 turnovers, all of a sudden that 10-point game is a 6-point game with a little more than 2 minutes to play.
I think the difference here is on the word save. Okay, everyone has a different definition of saving the Knicks. And being a Bengals fan, I can say for sure you don't want a team that's going to go to the playoffs and be a first-round exit every single time. That's not saving. That's just being mediocre. And literally, when in the NBA, when so many teams go to the playoffs, over half the league goes to the playoffs. That's not saving. That's just being mediocre. And Tom Thibodeau can do that by putting making the star players play 40 minutes a night. But do you think any top free agents, if I'm a top free agent, I'm not going to Tom Thibodeau, who has a history with playing his star players 40 minutes a night. I don't see him saving the Knicks. Can he get them close to a playoff spot? Sure. But can he save them? Can he get them as an actual relevant team, a team we actually look at in the playoffs and are scared of? I'm not buying it at all. The Knicks needed something new. The Knicks I think we can all agree the Knicks have been a horrible franchise. They need to take a splash. They shouldn't take the safe pick on a free agent coach who no one wanted. I mean, let's be real. No one else wanted Tom Thibodeau, or he would have been picked up. Why not go ahead and get a a younger coach who it might be even more risky. He might not be his younger coach's floor will be lower than Tom Thibodeau's, but the ceiling is a hell of a lot higher.
Here's what I
agree with Alex.
I vehemently disagree. Name me the younger coach who's going to take them to a new. Name me the younger coach who's going to take them to a new level. The Knicks need stability. Alex, like you said, you're a Bengals fan, but like I grew up here, I watch this team day in and day out, and I see a team plagued by instability. I see a team that doesn't keep a coach for more than 2 or 3 years. You talked about the splashes; they did that in the front office. You bring in a coach who preaches discipline from one of the most undisciplined teams in the league. And then let me just say it, LaMelo balls to us, a guy with high upside, but undisciplined. Watch him get that a potential superstar talent. I know that's a hypothetical.
You just mentioned LaMelo Ball. That was my next point. The NBA is a player-driven league. The NFL is a coach-driven league. Baseball is a general manager-driven league. You see Greg Popovich in San Antonio right now. Yes, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, but he doesn't have much talent around him, so that doesn't result in much success. You need the talent around you to win, and right now the Knicks don't have that.
So here's one thing I'm going to add before you get in, and I'm going to let you get, guys. I'm going to let you respond to Pranav. I agree with Sean, but I also disagree with Sean. Here's what I'm going to say. Before LeBron James got to the Cleveland Cavaliers, the question was, could anybody save the Cleveland Cavaliers? They were plagued with a terrible owner. They had coaches coming in and out of there. They just weren't a good team. Nobody wanted to play for Cleveland. Now, the New York Knicks have a rich history from the past. They have some history to fall back on, right? So I think I disagree with Tom Thibodeau is going to save the Knicks. I think he will bring stability to the Knicks, as to Sean's point. But I think they need a franchise-saving player in there. I think they need a game changer. I think they're going to need someone that's going to reset the culture, because that's how you offset bad ownership, bad team management, bad coaching, is by having a star player. Pranav, you just said it best. Basketball is a player-driven league. Those teams that LeBron James was taking to the playoffs with the Cleveland Cavaliers had no business being in the playoffs. But because LeBron James was that good, but because LeBron James was that much better and he made the players around him better, first and foremost, the Knicks need a leader, which is why I think if they had the opportunity to draft a Zion, we'd be probably talking about the Knicks in a different light right now. But the fact of the matter is, can a coach save the New York Knicks? I don't know. But can a player? Absolutely. But I do think Tom Thibodeau could bring stability to the Knicks, and I'm confident in that.